Hey people, Infiltrator 3v3, Myggyrid'isil, blue team. Dark Riku is an Inquisitor offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons alongside. Hutsy is a Daemonhunter, a spellcaster psyker with a mix of support and control, fights in melee combat, and rounding off this blue team, the Tenso is an Apothecary support hero that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Red team have their own Apothecary, it's the Nave, with some Dark Angels, and alongside some Chaos stuff. Noisy is a Plague champion, starts off in ranged combat with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. The Death Guard elite scheme here. And alongside Sleepylion is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting mainly in melee. The Iron Warriors elite scheme over there. New map then for 293 by Swift. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I didn't spot one thing that's a bit odd. You see this natural power in the east for the northeastern red team. Look how close that natural wreck point is. Well, if we go to the natural power of the blue team, the wreck point's all the way over it. Seems a little bit easier for the red team to get that capped up. A little bit faster for them to do their capping initially. Not sure what's up with that. There's lots of like rolling hills and things. Need to be a bit careful when you're using plasma cannons and the like. It's not always easy to spot elevation when you're up at this angle. What do we got coming out then here? Sentinel for Dark Riku. Strike Squad into more Stormtroopers for Hutsy. Double Heretics into CSM for Sleepylion, and Noisy with double Heretics and CSM in between. Gonna see a stomp. There it is. Domino knockback on some models, but the rest were actually stunned and stuff. All the way into base, and is getting their natural VP here. Meanwhile, pushing through the mid is Sleepylion. You see this central power here? Looks like it's going to be pretty easy to hit. If you get the VP, you can go straight onto that quite easily. Might be hard to defend that. The other one seems a little bit more defensible. What's going on over here? Just some capping. The dead scouts I see there. Apothecary took a beating for the Nave. You have Havocs on the way for Noisy, and Devastators for the Tenso. In fact, while I was babbling on about the map, the Tenso's Apothecary went down over there. Doomblast, aspiring champion Heretic. Strat Squad could be in trouble here. It's a well-timed special by the Chaos Lord. Up goes the Rift Tear by the Daemonhunter. One of his starting abilities there that slows down units within it. Super long range. Can be used in quite interesting ways. Also starts with the Purification ability, of course, to support allies. That could be some good synergy with the Apothecary. Give him energy to use his heals and stuff. Chaos Fellas can't do that for the Nave, though. Devastators are not quite in range to start shooting those Heretics there, and Chaos Lord is going to get the flank on them. Bit of a mistiming there. Didn't need to send those Heretics in and should have gone for the Devastators immediately. Now does. There's some Khorne worship too, giving +2 speed to Sleepylion's units. Missed the kill of the week. I think he hit it a little bit. Hit one model or something. But gets away okay. Good little push. And now here's the Nave to provide some health regen and support the push a bit. So we got scouts with shotguns for the Nave. What's this over here? It's a bunch of Nurgle worship, Havocs for Noisy, and Noise Marines now. No power spent on upgrades yet, I don't think. No, we do have Mucus Discharge, which was nerfed slightly in 293, now has a longer cooldown. Although he typically doesn't have the energy to use it constantly anyway. Although, you know, it's still a nerf. If he levels up enough, he could. Grenade. Really nice idea, that grenade by the Tenso, but those guys were alive to it. Big brouhaha brewing in the mid. Down goes the Apothecary of the Nave. Noise Marines do their thing with their Sonic Blaster. That weapon shuts down ranged attacks. Does some good damage too. They do have a way to disrupt melee squads as well. Chaos Lord gets the revive. Levels him too. Havoc's keeping the Sentinel at bay. I like this central area here with these big, weird, ancient bones or whatever they're meant to be. Wraithbone, I think. It's like Eldar Wraithbone. Splitting up this this little hill. Interceptors on the way for Hutsy. We got Raptors for Sleepylion. assault squad for the Nave, spotters for Dark Riku. Most likely, we're going to be seeing tier 2 all around now. What is this? Oh, getting a decap on that strangely placed wreck point is the Apothecary of the Tenso. Mixing it up with Heretics. Doesn't have his Sanguine Chainsword to help him brawl here. So it's going to be forced off. In fact, might go down. Yeah, took a bit too long to get out of there. Might have been waiting for the heal to come off cooldown and save him. Risked it. Didn't pay off. Red team were pinned back for a few seconds there, but they've broken out. Inquisitor in the back lines with the Holy Brazier. 50 power melee DPS, and there's that Holy Pyre too. Debuffs units and does damage over time for a long time. It's like 20 seconds or something, isn't it? Noisy just dropped their Heretics. They still have some though. So always more Heretics where those guys came from. Havoc's getting shut down by the artillery spotters. You saw the mucus discharge go off there. Noise Marines could make the difference if they can get close enough. Everything's blobbed up, but here come interceptors teleporting into the back lines. 30 melee DPS, the same damage as Raptors with the health of Assault Marines, but they are relatively expensive. They're 450, 45, I think. And they don't disrupt or suppress on their jump until tier 2. Also don't get any anti-vehicle until tier 3. 428 to 390. Daemonhunter gonna get a wreck point. Blue team have the middle line of the map here. Looks like it's tier 2 for everyone aside from Hutsy and the Tenso. The Tenso got some more tactical marines up. Might have been a drop pod or something, maybe. Customized storm bolters up too. Use that to shut down the Chaos Lord. Not there though. Doesn't have the energy to activate it, I think. Must have used a heal recently. And is now being tied up. You know what I say about focusing down Apothecaries in team games. They can do so much, and there's the full auto. It must be 45 power to use or 50. Chaos Lord runs away. Some Kraken bolts now from these tactical marines. They are out in the open though. Not a huge amount of cover in these little valleys. There's little bits. I think this is light cover. Most of it. There's a jump. Hard for like Tyrannid broods to use that much cover effectively. Well, it's good for Marines. You get 3 Marines huddled around it, okay. Blood Crusher on the way for Noisy. Looks like the Tenso, the last player to go tier 2. Some CSM run off. 428 to 317. Back and forth tier 1. I think blue team have the edge for sure going into tier 2. And now, bashing power. Awkward power to bash, isn't it? These little narrow paths, and it's kind of at a weird angle. These guys sneaking around with their grenade ready to throw. Only these enemy scouts can spot them. It's a big blob of Marines to throw a grenade on right there. These guys need to jump even though they're low on health. Need to try and stop the power bash. Oh, this generator has 3 hit points, and they didn't finish it. They did not finish it, and these guys are not jumping. What are they doing? Just taking shots here from the Nave. Chaos Lord with Armor of the Inferno gives them the grenade indicator. Anything for the Daemonhunter yet? No. I wonder if his the Force Glaive, is that the one that gives him the AoE ability? Does that give him a grenade indicator? I've forgotten the name of the ability. And the name of the weapon. I think it's the Force Glaive. It might be. Aspiring champion on the way for the Raptors. Gives them a nice Demon Maul model. But they're going to retreat before he gets online. There he is. Blood Crusher now. Oh, charges into his own Raptors and stops. A Demon with vehicle armor. Good mobility. Good melee damage to a single target, but isn't the toughest vehicle around. Any kind of hard anti-vehicle for that guy is really bad news. Nurgle Worship right out in the open here. Shut down by artillery spotter smoke. And here's another Blood Crusher. This is Noises. Gonna kill the Inquisitor, I think, or maybe not. One more hit might do it. It does. And gets a sync kill. Tosses her aside. Got Plasma Gun Guardsmen, as you'd expect against all these Marines. And Chaos Marines, of course. Plague Champion's got level 2. Those Heretics need to run. There we go. These guys they are set up. Just in an awkward place. What's going on towards the southeast? Contested power turning red. Red team broke out pretty well. Noisy was able to hold the mid there. Manticore up though for Dark Riku. Very long range artillery piece. Huge damage potential, but you need to manually target each missile. And it's not easy to get those hits. Not as easy as you'd think. But you can like force a bunch of retreats with it, which gives you map. This Blood Crusher is not going to do well here. So the Rhino Las Cannon was given a power cost, I believe. 15 power now this costs, which is, I think, fair. Still very good anti-vehicle on a mobile platform that you can, you know, still get inside and still reinforces you and stuff. 365 to 290. Blood Crusher's in trouble because of that Las Cannon now. Twin-linked Las Cannon, in fact. Is that what it says? Las Cannon turret, okay. Says it in the tooltip. And we have a Dreadnought from the Tenso with Multi-Melter. This was reduced in cost in 293, just very slightly by 5 power, down to 25 power now. And that's what it can do. Blow up Marines. It's like a giant laser shotgun. Kicking off in the mid now. Let the Galaxy burn. Strike Squad trying to get stuck in. But dropping models. Got some Marco Zinch CSM here. What are they shooting at? Are they shooting the Daemonhunter away? Still doesn't have any war gear, that guy. Inquisitor was trying to use Hammer of the Witches, I think, on a Chaos Lord, but he went down anyway. Melter Bomb on the Dreadnought. Raptors jumping in. Into some trouble, though. Plasma guns were right there. Can't always see what you're jumping into like we can. Chosen Plague Marines on the field for Noisy. These guys got their cost adjusted. Now cost less red. And I think less power, but a little bit more requisition. So overall, a buff to their cost. 320 to 290. Manticore Strike. Didn't hit too much, and there is some Nurgle worship going on. These guys with the Bloodlust from the Chaos Lord, who's dropping units left and right, by the way. They only have Raptors and CSM now. Bloodlust is a global bonus from the Chaos Lord. Gives you more damage the more hits you get. So it's really good in big fights, but they only had one unit out here. Level 2 Dreadnought's doing some work. It's a little bit low. Might need to just get out of here. See him being used in melee mode. If anything tries to escape, it will automatically start shooting that Multi-Melter. Needs to back out though. Really needs to back out. 289 to 290. Oh, he's sprinting around the Apothecary. Oh, I thought he had Armor of the Apothecary in there. Just saw a little burst of speed. Raptors, the only thing now remaining for Sleepylion. That was a rough fight for them. Really rough fight. Just kept things in play too long. Plague Champions kitted out. Armor of Pestilence. Plague Fist. Got some Plague Marines and Chosen Plague Marines. Inquisitors trying to tie them up from Dark Riku. Using the Mandate. Can she get a model off those Plague Marines? What did I just hear? I just heard a drop pod of Marines coming in. That's the Rift Tear again, is it, from the Daemonhunter? Do you have any war gear yet, buddy? You do! You have the Armor of Damnation. Ah, so maybe we'll see some of the new Tempest. It was heavily nerfed. It now only has 3 phases. It no longer blinds units, I believe. It just slows you down and then disables your weapons and abilities and then starts doing damage. It does far less damage. It's 15 plasma damage per second rather than 45 now. So we'll see how it stacks up. Hopefully it was an over nerf so that it doesn't become useful. So where's the risk? It was overtuned though. Level 3 Apothecary for the Tenso. The Nave, level 2, has Armor of Purity, Sanguine Chainsword, and just popped level 3 and Purification Rites. Imperial Guard getting messed up, but they do have some support. Red team coming in dribs and drabs. They need to come in together, present a united front. The blue team are doing that a lot better right now. Rhino's been awesome, and they're all reinforcing off that thing. So good. So good. For a transport to have a hard anti-vehicle like that. Chaos Lord with the Demonic Visage, level 3. Riku goes tier 3. Hutsy's already there. Sleepylion and the Nave also going tier 3. Noisy spent a lot in tier 2. So we won't see tier 3 for a little while. Deadly Galaxy Burn kicks it off. I hear a plasma cannon. There it is. Got a shot on the Apothecary there. And the Blastmaster knocks the Inquisitor off the cap. The red team do have the mid, let's not forget. There is the Tempest, the start of it in a way. So the longer you channel it, the more powerful it gets. Starts off slowing things down and then it disables their abilities and then it starts doing damage. Looks like they didn't have the energy to channel it for long enough though. You need to put effort into getting that energy. Knocked down from the explosion of the Plague Marines. They are now down to a single model and they're going to go down, and they do go down. So hard to control all your stuff in a 3v3. Even for Noisy, it turns out. Noxious Cloud. I think they were controlling a Noxious Cloud there. Daemonhunter flees. He's got a big old retreat there. Triple cap now for the blue team. What was this? It was sneaky stormtroopers of Dark Riku grabbing that cap. Manticore is pushed up. The Sentinel was dealt with. These guys, out of sheer frustration, just smacking the Rhino with their chainsaws there. Apothecary falls. That was a Nave's Apothecary. That's a very weird place to have your Apothecary. Bad positioning there. Can the red team get back onto that VP? They might have created some space, you know. Looks like Noisy's going through a level 4 Plague Champion with good capping gear. The Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence, and the heal, of course. Red team need to get a natural as well. Like now, instead of shooting retreating stuff. Guys. Oh, Chaos Terminators from Sleepylion. They have recovered. Got some more CSM up with Eternal War. Got Heretics and now some Chaos Terminators. Is someone gonna get the VP though? Looks like Noisy's gonna do it. And is decapping the mid at least. Chosen Plague Marines here. Gets the revive for the Nave. There's that Tempest. There's the second phase of it. There's the third phase. I guess they're out of it now, eh? Where is the Daemonhunter even? Over here. Yeah, they ran out of energy again, I think. Need a bit more energy for that third phase to kick in. You can get the Force Rod to give you plus 75. Also, there's an accessory that boosts your energy regen, which is very popular. Tome of Tranquility, I believe it's called. That is the Nurgle's Rot from the Chosen Plague Marines. 199 to 133. I think they need to charge it up with damage these days, is it? I could be wrong. Can they get this Rhino down? Not quite. Not quite. Oh, maybe. There's a Melter. It's going to go down. They got it. They have got it. There was also a tank right there, in case they didn't. Land Raider Crusader on the field for Hutsy. Will reinforce nearby units. Also gives them health and energy regen. But you can't retreat back to it like a Land Raider Redeemer. So it's not quite as good support. But it is pretty good. There's like Hurricane Bolters on the sponsons to suppress stuff. Multi-Melter and Twin-Linked Assault Cannon. Red team have the mid. 175, 133. Noisy's been so solid here. I feel like he hasn't retreated his stuff for like 10 minutes now. Got that Nurgle Shrine as well to heal things up and reinforce it. If it's being worshipped, which it is. Tenso with yet more Marines. Another Plasma Gun, and Plasma Gun. Wow. It's like 90 Plasma Gun DPS from those 3 squads. If they can hit those shots, Plasma Guns aren't guaranteed to hit. In fact, I think they have. It's close to like 50-50 accuracy, I think, on a Plasma Gun. It's not that good. It might be 75%. On, you know, small targets, regular small targets. Here's the Crusader. What do they have in terms of anti-vehicle? Here comes a turret from Noisy. That could be a las cannon turret. The las cannon turret is awesome. Almost the only thing the turret's good for the Plague Champion. I mean, he has so many ways to control units and stuff. That him getting a heavy bolter turret seems a little bit backward. Oh, down it goes. As I said before, it should be a Bile Spewer turret or something. If he's going to have a turret to control people, make it the bestest one. He's going for it again. Orbital took it out. 136 to 133. It's very close. It's very close. The Predator's still around. The turret is up. Are they going to get that las cannon? I don't see it on the way. It's a free upgrade. Much like the missile turret is free for the Tech Marine. It's got a nice wide firing arc, as you can see. Doesn't quite have the damage or suppression capability of the Tech Marine turret, I don't think. Suppressing these guys just fine. Really good place for a turret, you know. The other team have the option over there, of course. Level, oh, so close to level 6 as Plague Champion. Blue team are going for the cap. See, at this range, the turret barely does any damage. Need to get in there, do something else. There's Pestilent Strike to help the approach. There is the Tempest. Is it in a damage phase? It is in a damage phase. Oh, it was in a damage phase before. It's just that it's got a new effect. It's not as obvious as it was before. You saw those heretics die though, so that must have been a damage phase. Yeah, it doesn't seem as impressive now, eh? 136 to 70. Triple cap for the blue team. Orbital goes in. But red team are on the VP again. Blue team got the natural though. I bet that was Riku. Manticore strike on the VP. Plague Champion toughs it out. Executioner leaving rush from Dark Riku. Hutsy needs to purchase something. So does the Tenso. Where are the Terminators, Tenso? Double cap for blue. Pestilent strike again to try and get the cap. It is now a las cannon turret. And look what it does. Massive damage to that Neiman Russ. Gets the cap. Smacks away the Inquisitor. Las cannon turret's probably not going to hit her. But big chunks of damage. There's the Aura of Decay. And there's the Holy Pyre. The Champion's going to kill her, I think. Yep, takes her down. Might need to run away. They don't have the shrine up anymore. Oh, there's another shrine going up. This is a... Oh, it is the Nurgle shrine. I always get confused because the shrine has that red glow when you're building it. So I always think it's a Khorne shrine when it's being built. Grey Knight Terminator's on the way for Hutsy. Land Raider Edema on the way for Tenso. That's what they wanted. So Plague Champ is now being healed by the shrine and is now repairing the turret. Here's some anti-armor stormtroopers going to try and assassinate this turret here. Going for it. Need to tie them up, Raptors. And down it goes. Well played, Riku. Where is the Crusader now? Oh, Crusader's gone after the natural VP. They do have Psy-Cannon interceptors. Psy-Cannons were toned down a lot in 293 Hotfix. And there's that Tempest again. Wasn't able to channel it for very long though. Got way too close there. Chosen Plague Marines doing their best. Noisy needs some help over here. Looks like they are getting the Crusader away. Double Predator tanks on this side for the Nave. Maybe they should try to push against the... Oh, maybe not. Look at the amount of stuff that's here. Blastmaster doing some work. Now being suppressed though. Plague Champion getting in there. Interceptors switching back to their melee weapons. And there's an Imperial Abyss from Noisy. Wiped out whatever was there. Is that the Stormtroopers maybe? I think it was Stormtroopers. Plague Champion's been dragged into his own nuke, unfortunately for him. Only way to stop that is to retreat. Lives, you know. Terminator's going after the Land Raider. Oh, was that one of the tanks? It was one of the tanks went down for Nave. 73-16. It's Noisy trying to grab the mid. Sneaky Stormtroopers looking for the tank, I think. Or maybe they'll just get rid of this Plasma Cannon Dev Squad. These Noise Marines have done a lot of work, you know, level 4. Constantly knocking her off the cap. Full auto on the Plague Champion's face, though. Kogatus. Chaos Lord, level 5. Let the Galaxy burn. Looks like it's going to mostly miss or hit some stuff. These Lightning Claw Terminators need to do some work. The Tenso comes in with the Land Raider Edema. There's the Tempest. That's what the new damage phase looks like then. It used to look like a miniature Eldritch Storm now looks a bit more unique, which is good. Double cap now for red. Looks like they're gonna get a natural. Oh no, don't turn and shoot, fellas. Just finish your cap. They really want to kill those guys first. They should have just finished the cap, I think. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do it now. Here comes a Lehman Russ. Misplay there, I think, by Sleepylion. And blue team have the mid 20-16. Noisy stuff is getting wrecked by the Land Raider. Looks like they... what's going on here? Why are these interceptors? Oh, it's Nurgle's Rot. Creating some interceptor zombies there. Frantic ending. Terminators of Sleepylion, the second squad of Terminators, are getting kind of messed up by all the things. And now some Deathwing Terminators trying to get the cap for the Nave. Oh man, they're taking so much damage though. You don't see Terminators die that quickly that often. GG. 20-4. Looks like the blue team have it though. Even if they did get this cap over here, I don't think it would have made a difference. They would have been forced off it, got the cap back, and they would have got this. It was a good game. Nice showcase of the new map. Nice showcase of the new Tempest as well, with that new effect I need to keep an eye on. There's 2-1, and the blue team have it. Let's have a look at these heroes. Dark Riku was solid throughout with a level 4 Inquisitor here. Hutsy faded a little bit in the end game, but made that push against that VP which drew Noisy's attention. And you know what? The Crusader lived through all of it. And that allowed Tenso to come in here at the end. The Tenso took a while to get the Land Raider, but it made a big difference when it came up. Seemed to like completely skip tier 2, I think, in terms of units. Could be wrong. Noisy held the mid as long as they could, but couldn't hold it all. Armor of Pestilence, Plague Fist, Mucus Discharge level 7. Sleepylion fell off a bit at the end, but did recover with all those Terminators and stuff. It was just a little bit too late. And the Nave has level 5 Chaos Lord. Nave, level 4 Apothecary. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.